So this is what it looks like all finished. Nice, flat, level. I should say finished seed bed. So it hasn't been planted. But it looks good. Did take that corner a little fast. Got a little ridge there, something like about a couple inches. Rain will get it, but since I'm going to knock it down again anyway, work the seed in, it's not too big of a deal. To me, anyway. Not something that small. So there's the tractor. Sitting in the irrigation lane along the woods. So, we're going to get this spun. And I am not the best spin seeder driver, so I'll probably not have a video of me. I talked about this a little bit earlier, but this spinner is a lot like the 3-point hitch ones that you can get. The difference is that you have 2 spinners. So this one obviously spins out and throws the seed in that direction. This one spins out and throws the seed in that direction, or that direction. Whereas if you only have the one, it's going to throw it further to one side. And I know them wings there, these are cupped wings because they are one direction. The other ones usually just have straight little baffles. But you still get one side that's going to be throwing a little heavier than the other. Even in the little garden seeders that you can get, that you put like a pound of seed in, or a food plot seeder, you do get one side spinning more than the other. So this just makes it a lot more uniform. And yeah, give you a good look. She spins 40 feet, the Landau's 40 feet, so all I gotta do is ride in the center of the where the Landau disced, and should be pretty good. I am going to do it twice, so I'm going to do it the way the Landau disc this time. Then I'm going to do it across or against that angle, and then I'll work it in that way. Alright, have a good one. It's just a quick little update. I've been around once. This is ground driven, so it's just stuff that's falling off the side. You probably can't even see it coming out from the camera. It's taking a lot. Of course, your biggest round is the furthest round outside, so it might be alright. Since I'm planning on going over this field twice anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close it up. You can see the pattern. So there's wheat there, a lot of turf or hay ground, alfalfa and clover, wheat, and I'm going to do this pretty quick, but I just got to move this lever. It's at 2.5, 2 3/4. I'm just going to move it closer to 2, just a touch, and I'm going to use this old hammer to do it. All right. So I've been around once, and this is what's left. It does look like it's about half. It has slid down, which isn't technically ideal, but as long as that opening in the door stays covered, it's going to be good. I'm going to go slow down a little bit to hopefully keep it from flushing up front again. And if you look out there, I can see my tire tracks. There's a tire track there, there's a tire track there. So I'm going to just run right in the middle of that one, right in the middle of that one, right in the middle of the other one, and go right down and double it up. I have already, you can sort of see that track there, and then I go down in the corners just in case I get a little far. So basically I go around and around and around, and then I do an X, or an X. So if I get too far in the corners, that should cover it. I was gonna go a different direction, but I think since I already know exactly where I went, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep going. Like I said, just go in between the tracks, and that should be pretty good. All right, I'll show you when it's all done. So this field has been completely seeded. Yeah, I didn't actually have enough to go all the way through every single pass. So like these were the first 40-foot passes, and I came through there. We're getting my finger. Came through up there and did a pass in between them. I was only able to go about 3 times around, which does get most of it. And the more narrow, or the smaller, the closer to the center I got, the closer to them I got, closer to my passes, original passes. So here I started off about 40, which is what it's supposed to be. And then I probably got down to 30 or so there. So I didn't have enough. But it's gonna be okay because it's closed up down there. And we'll just take a look at what we got here. So here's a little weed that survived. There's an oat. There's a wheat. There's a clover. That's either a wheat or a triticale. There's some bigger alfalfa. I don't know why I don't see any smaller. There's a small grass seed there. Oh, you can't even see my finger. There's a clover or alfalfa there. There we go. There's a grass seed there, grass seed there. But the alfalfa will be thick in this section, that's for sure. There's some there. Good thing about the ryegrass, it's perennial ryegrass. Oh, where am I at? Perennial ryegrass, the fescue, and the orchard grass, is that if it doesn't come up strong, it can thicken. And so the nurse crop is there to sort of take away any weed pressure that will be there. And once you cut it, it might come back a little bit, but after 2 cuts it'll be gone, mostly gone after the first cut. And then your hay crop will be able to come back. So we're gonna go right here in between a set of tire tracks. There's a lot more grass here. So hopefully that's not a sign of what the field looks like, because these are on turns and I was slowing down. But I mean, you can see just that picture of the phone. Hey there, everybody. So we are back. We're working in the seed. I'm going to do this pass again so I get messing on the phone. And we're just feathering this disc in just enough to take the tire tracks out. It doesn't need to be that deep. We're supposed to get a good rain on Sunday, so that's really going to help them. Which is why I'm not picking beans, so we can catch this rain. I'm trying to be really careful with my turns and everything, keeping everything smooth. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Hello everybody, we are the day after I have seeded this pasture. I got phone calls after phone calls after bringing the seeder back. So the plan was to show it to you, but I had to finish up and go take someone's place in the viner. So now that that's been done, I'm going to take you out here and show you what it looks like. And it's completely finished, and the clouds are darkening up because it looks like that rain might come 12 hours early of what they're saying. So here it is. That disc, I put it down just enough that the gauge wheels were just rolling on the top. As you can see, the disc ridges aren't, you can still sort of see the lines anyway. And you sort of want that, or I think you want that, because helps hold the, or catch the rain. So some of the seed is so light, in a good heavy downpour, it could just wash the seed out of the top little bit of the soil and put it all down in the little holes and little basins that are out here. So if you have, like, take for this, for instance, so there's grass seed there, there's clover, there's a grass seed, there's a wheat or triticale seed. So if you don't have these little dips for it to fall in, it might all wash into something like that and it never come up, or come up real thick, and you never have anything there. And of course, the smoother you do it, it could. So say for instance here, this is where the travel wheels for the ditch were. Wheel was here, or disc, travel wheels for the disc. The other wheel was here, and this is pretty smooth right here. It could, there is a potential for the seeds that don't have good coverage to wash out and all be in this. You know, have two real thick rows, one there and one there. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. The grass seed did seem to stay behind the spinner more than out in the alleys, I guess if you want to call it that. But the alfalfa seed and the nurse crop seed had really uniform spread, and hopefully that perennial grass will be able to fill in them thinner spots over the next couple years. So might do a little overseeding next year if it's really thin in them spots, but I mean, you have to wait and see. So we'll catch this rain, it'll be good for it, and I'll give you guys an update at some point. Alright, if you ever want to know what I drive, Toyota Tacoma. Good truck. Alright, see you guys.